Hello, I'm Ash Price, and I'm joined by with by.
Uh, let's go with joined. Oh God, that's a tough one now. Actually, let's go with joined by, because joined with means that I would be there physically with you, but I we're not, because we're doing this via Zoom, and it's a wibbly wobbly, timey wimey thing. Anyway, I'm Des O'Gorman, and we're here to talk about something particularly special. Ash, do you want to tell the people the good news or not so good news? We're going to talk about that.
So this is something that was announced on Friday, and it is something that is being referred to, and you're gonna love this, Des. It's being referred to by some people as RTD2.
Oh, 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 people, you nerdy genius people. For each of the people out there, you will get a rimmer salute, because you that RDT2. Oh, that's perfect. That's brilliant. I love it. Oh,
because because Russel
yes,
T Davis is returning as showrunner to Doctor Who, starting with the 60th anniversary in 2023, and the internet has reacted, and I think we are on the internet, and we need to react. Des.
yes. That is a fair assumption. The internet has reacted. This is the knee jerk reaction that every nerd should do. What was your initial thoughts when you saw the news about Russell T coming back?
My initial reaction was basically, huh.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's fair to say that most Doctor Who fans had one of two reactions, and I went through both of these reactions. Which was, the first reaction was, "Huh," like you did, and then the second reaction was, "This is a joke, right? This is like the internet pulling an old switcheroo on us. It's not April 1st, so something's going on here." Uh,
Yeah, but is this a joke? As in, are they pulling our leg, or is this a joke? As in, is this a bad idea? Is this a joke? Well, I think the
yeah,
two
that
ways of is it a joke?
Yeah, I mean in my reaction, I'm being honest. My reaction was, I yes, my reaction was good, because I've got a lot of fond memories of Russell T, because he brought back Doctor Who all the way back in 2005.
That's a
Oh
long time
God,
ago.
that
Doctor
was
Who has
16
Doctor Who
years
has
ago.
graduated from school, from secondary
Yes,
school.
yes, but he has
Jesus,
still
he's
he's
off to
got a
get his
long way to go.
first job.
Yeah, yeah, cleaning our TARDISes. It's a forever job. Yeah, my reaction was good. It was like a positive reaction. But then I told my wife this news, and her reaction, funny enough, was also huh. And then she immediately followed it up with, "Didn't he write Love and Monsters?"
I mean,
Which
he
just
also he also brought Doctor Who back after a
yeah,
16-year television hiatus. So it's
yeah.
Love and Monsters brings the show back. It's a difficult balance. But yeah,
It is a difficult balance.
he's
Yeah,
not. He's had some misses, but he was surrounded by a good team.
he
Now,
was.
now
Yeah,
him coming back, I think took everyone by surprise. Now, coming back for the 60th,
yeah.
you know what? I could see that. But as showrunner, I think my concern there, and I have a couple of concerns. One of them is the risk of backtracking. His era is considered a golden age of Doctor Who, and it was great.
Yeah.
And Eccleston is
Mhm.
still a great series to watch. He was phenomenal. Chris, if you're watching this,
Oh,
we
he was
love you. You're
so good.
brilliant.
You
And
were
David
so
Tennant,
good, Chris.
yeah, David Tennant also very good. But watching David Tennant's stuff, and to a lesser degree even Eccleston stuff, that era of television has a look to it and a feel to it and a style to it, which
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
kind of hope doesn't come back. But I think a lot of people are hoping it does because they see that as the best era. But I'd be worried about it just trying to replicate what had happened before rather than trying with
I
something new.
I
And it
I
also
get I yeah.
suggests worry that the BBC don't have confidence in the show anymore.
I don't think it's more that the BBC doesn't have confidence. I think it's more, God, you see, that's a tough one, because let's address the elephant in the room. This is a reaction from the BBC because of where the show is now under Chris Chibnall. And I want to stress that I'm speaking on behalf of myself and Ash here, is that we love Jodie Whittaker. We think that Jodie Whittaker is a phenomenal actor, and the actors on the show are
All great.
brilliant.
Every single one of them.
All
Really,
great.
they do
All
great.
great.
They do great with what they've been given.
And unfortunately, what they have been given is not wonderful. Let's face facts,
Yeah.
it's not wonderful.
I thought it picked up a lot in the last series of her show until we got to the Timeless Child stuff, which was just, we're going to destroy Gallifrey again. And now Russell T Davis is coming back into it with Gallifrey just being destroyed again. And it's like, okay, this is, please don't repeat, Russell.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a friend, Rob Lloyd, who
I know
huge Doctor Who fan. You know Rob, yeah. But for those of you out there, Rob Lloyd, he does this. He's an Australian actor and comedian who does this one-man show called Who Me, which was like his trying to connect Doctor Who with his life. And he did like a review of Jodie Whittaker's series, and then he summed up the Timeless Child thing so succinctly, perfectly, which was Jodie Whittaker was mansplained what happened to the Doctor. Because essentially the whole show is that the Master comes along, takes the Doctor, imprisons the Doctor, explains everything to the Doctor, and then bogs off for the Doctor to fix it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a messy season. And for me personally, actually, I feel that Doctor Who has not been on top form since around about Clara's entry into the show. I think she was all right with Smith, but I felt that his dynamic with the Ponds was just so great that anything that came after it was just going to pale in comparison. And then I was very disappointed with what happened with Capaldi. I felt he was never quite given great material either. Every series, every show, every showrunner have had their problems. Every Doctor's had their problems. But it has been particularly pronounced for me for since about the time Clara came on board. And my kind of concern is how Russell T Davis is going to deal with that, what direction he's going to go in. Is he going to just continue in a very similar direction? Because it's not being produced in-house by the BBC now. It's been taken by Bad Wolf Studios, which Davis is in charge of, so there's a bit more kind of independence now, I guess. Is he gonna retcon what happened with the Timeless Child? Is he going to continue that train of thought? I mean, what do you think? What would you like to see him do?
I mean, the whole Timeless Child thing kind of takes away one element for me, which was it now kind of retcons the importance of a regeneration. Because if the Doctor can now live forever, what's to stop him or her getting into a situation where they're badly hurt and then just regenerating 7 or 8 times to get to what they need? You know, will kind of destroy that element for me.
I hadn't even considered that, but that. I mean, the whole idea of Matt Smith being granted the extra regenerations was a huge, big thing. You know, that he got given these, and it's like, okay, this is how we save the show going forward. This is how we get around that problem. Just to find out that actually there was no problem in the first place. And kind of that whole moment of Matt Smith's, again, is weaker for it, in retrospect.
I don't know. Maybe there could be like this thing of down the line, they'll make something up where the Doctor has to give away his ability or their ability to regenerate. So that they can limit it down to a specific number. I don't know. The one thing I kind of want Russell T Davis to do, and forgive me for saying this because I don't want it to be blasé about it, I want him to bring the fun back. Because I find that the show is going very bleak. It's gone very bleak, very dark, very gritty, if you will. And if anything, but I would like to just read it. I was doing some scrolling before we started Zooming out, and I came across a quote that Russell T Davis gave about what he wants to do during his tenure of the show. And it might give an outline, if you will. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm going to read it to you now. So, if you think the show is done being political and progressive, you've clearly never paid attention to my last era. My shows were all about anti-capitalism, anti-slavery, and I had speeches about fascism, guns, and dealt with many more political issues. I depicted capitalists as farting monsters. I made commentaries on refugees and even concentration camps in the show. I gave the show its first black companion and had one of my reoccurring side characters as openly pansexual, and I gave them their own spin-off show. And in that show, I further expanded my LBGQT plus representation. My last show I wrote had a diverse cast, and we also had all LBGTQ plus a diverse cast, and it was all about the AIDS risk in the 80s. And if you think that this was subtle, that you are even more of a fool. I'm Russell T Davies. Nothing I write is ever subtle. It was loud and in your face, and I just getting started.
Yeah, that's true of all sorts of things, isn't it? It's true of things like Star Trek when people are like, oh, Star Trek's gone woke, and it's like, it's always been woke. I would like to see a return to larger scale storytelling. That was something that Moffat did do, but also kind of fell off a little bit with it, having to rush it in his last couple of episodes to finish all of the plot points he's raised.
Yeah.
But Russel T Davis, whether he had it all mapped out or a bit of it mapped out and a bit flying by the seat of his pants, it did give us a really, really interconnected, tight, great big canvas of storytelling. Right from that very first moment that Christopher Eccleston walks into that shop and says, run, right the way up until David Tennant says, I don't want to go. It is one long,
fuck you, Ash.
strong,
Why did you do that? Come
powerful, interconnected story. And I would love to see a return to that type of storytelling within Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been as promised. It's been kind of there, but it's never been that. And that, I think, was one of the things that really defined Davis's era, along with the fun, cheeky pop culture references, the enjoyment, the silliness. Sometimes a little too silly. Wouldn't work as well today, but I think he was ultimately a wonderful storyteller. Or at least
he was a wonderful story
crafter.
Yeah, he's a wonderful storyteller and a wonderful story crafter, but the one thing that people don't tend to realize is that he surrounded himself with so many brilliant writers. When people look back, we touched on this briefly, is that when people look back at certain episodes during the Russell T Davis era, they weren't written by Russell T. Particular episodes weren't written by Russell T. He wrote certain episodes. When you look at like episodes like Silence in the Library, the episode that we just mentioned of the Doctor Dances, those particular episodes, those are Stephen Moffat episodes. He surrounds himself with really good, solid writers. What he's brilliant at doing is steering the ship to where it needs to be by giving those good overarching stories. But more than anything else, just the fact that he's been announced, there's more excitement about Doctor Who again. It's just a good, exciting time, and I don't care that the BBC's returning to the well of the heyday of Russell T coming back. Russell T will do something brilliant with this show, and make it fun again, which is what we need more than anything else. We don't need dark and gritty and everything is sad and woe is me. Throw a bit of light in there. Throw a bit of fun. There's no wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, and I'm intrigued. I hope it's not too much of a step back, and I hope it's not a case of the BBC people going, "Oh well, see, the BBC were wrong to make those decisions with Jodie Whittaker and Black." I hope people don't interpret it that way. No. It's an interesting decision. I am actually excited for Doctor Who again for the first time in quite a number of years. Going back to kind of just after Capaldi came on board. And again, like with Whittaker, no criticism of Capaldi. He was brilliant in what he was given. I'm curious to see where it goes. It's going to be really interesting. And I do feel excited about Doctor Who again.
Same here. A new direction for the show. A new but old direction for the show. And all I say is, hello.
Alonzi, and welcome to new Doctor Who, featuring.
Oh,
my
I see,
cat
and even
crew.
with a cat person. Yes. Well, she be a cat nun for all we know. So
She is. Yeah, she's on new
cat nun.
Earth. In New York.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, it's either you're seeing new Earth, or the internet connection is bad, or you're having a stroke. So
Why not all of them?
yeah, man.
All right.
Yay!
So let's see how it goes.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and we would. Oh, I saw what you did there. I saw you there. I like that. It's clever. I like that. What's so we've had Fantastic. We've had Alonzi. Let's Geronimo this and
Yeah, it's time.
Capaldi's catchphrase.
It's time, I think, to Geronimo go.
I hate you so much right now. Yeah, let's just go then. Right, fine. Let's just jump in artists and let's just go on an adventure.
See you later. Bye.
All right, you take care, man, and thanks everybody for watching or listening and doing all that stuff.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.